Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat mga kabansa. Ito po inyong lingkod, Ado Paglinawan, na nagbubungad ng programang Iparas kay Paras at si Secretary babati na.
Magandang hapon po, Paring Ado. Hindi mo ginagamit yung salamin mo ngayon, ha? Medyo yung Paring Ado ko nagkaroon lang ng konting aberya sa paningin. Panay kasing tingin sa mga magagandang babae. But anyway, magandang hapon, Paring Ado. Magandang hapon naman po sa ating mga nakakalungkot na damdamin. Magandang hapon po sa inyo, mga kababayan na naghihirap pa rin hanggang ngayon. Maski maraming umaakap, kasi maraming akap na binibigay sa isa't isa sa inyo, pero hindi naman kayo nabigyan ang lahat, kasi ang akap ay pamulitika naman lang daw. Ang bibigyan, yun lang mga kakampi sa politiko na may hawak ng akap. So, nagiging pobre pa rin. Ang sabi nila sa ating maraming kababayan, hirap na hirap makabili ng bigas, hirap na hirap makabili ng mga ulam sa palengke, mga vegetable, at lalo na yung kanilang pamasada or pasahe dahil mahal ang krudo, mahal ang gasolina, at lalo na sa lahat, mahal ang kuryente. So, our people are still in dire strait. Ika nga, naghihirap pa rin. So, despite of all this, or in spite of all this, nagiging matindi pa rin ang politika sa ating bansa. Kamakailan lang, nag-usap-usapan na magkaroon ng impeachment kay Madam Vice President, at sabi naman ng iba, hindi yan matutuloy. Pero dahil nga sa kumakalat na yung kwento dito, nagsalita na si Ginoong Marcos Jr. At ito po ang sinasabi ni Marcos Jr. sa ating mga kababayan.
This does not make any difference to even one single Filipino life. So why waste time on this? What will happen to if somebody files an impeachment? It will tie down the House, it will tie down the Senate. It will just take up all the time, and for what? For nothing. As far as I'm concerned, it's a storm in a teacup.
So, sinabi ni Marcos, mga kababayan, it's a tea in the teacup. Yun ba sinasabi niya? It's a storm. It's gulo. It's a disturbance brewing. If you summarize or put it in another way, is a storm brewing in our country. It will create havoc to our economy. It will create havoc to the political stability of our country. But alam mo mga kababayan, kung sino man ang nag-udyok nito, biglang mayroong nag-file ng impeachment. Ito po, biglang may nag-file ng impeachment. Habang kasasalita lang ni Marcos Jr., biglang sinalungat yung kanyang pakiusap sa bansa. Ito, pakinggan natin ang news item na may naghain ng mga petisyon for impeachment doon sa House of Representatives.
Several civil society organizations, religious leaders, sectoral representatives, and some relatives of supposed victims of the war on drugs formally filed an impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte. Akbayan Party List Representative Percival Sendanya endorsed the complaint and is supported by former Senator Laila de Lima. Among the grounds cited are culpable violation of the Constitution, graft and corruption, bribery, betrayal of public public trust and other high crimes. House Secretary General Velasco assured the complaint will go through the necessary processes and will be watched closely.
It is crucial to underscore that addressing an impeachment complaint is not a discretionary act for the House of Representatives, but a constitutional obligation. The Constitution prescribes clear steps to ensure fairness and adherence to the rule of law. Accordingly, the House of Representatives will proceed with its duties on this matter, strictly adhering to the Constitution, its rules, the principles of due process.
Whatever the representative of the House says, he's a good friend of mine, si Reggie. Matagal ko nang kapartner-partner yan sa mga gawain natin in the past. Pero, alam mo, whatever constitutional duty or whatever constitutional leeway allowed to anybody to file an impeachment, it's a political. It's not a criminal, it's not a civil, it's an administrative, but it's highly political. So kung sino yung mga politicians na nagkaroon ng ikangay pagpulong-pulong sa isa't isa at nagkumpulan sila, yun ang mananaig sa isang political. So, itong impeachment na ito, matindi ito dahil ito po ay paring is a test. This is a test of the President's influence, the President's power, and the President's leadership. Dito natin makikita kung may hindi pa siya lame duck, hindi na siya lame duck, or hindi pa ba siya lame duck. Kasi pag nagsalita ang isang presidente, pinapakinggan, regardless of this such thing as separation of of government, or separation of power. The House is independent, the Supreme Court is independent, the Executive is independent. Alam ko, from the time I became a politician, became a mayor, became a congressman, I have always believed that there will be no Speaker of the House na mai-elect kung hindi basbas ng ating Pangulo. So, I believe in the wisdom, I believe in the play here of the leadership of the House. Whether ito ay sanction ng leadership or hindi sanction, itong impeachment, maski nag-announce pa si paring Reggie Velasco about reading the constitutional precepts of an impeachment, that it is a democratic way, I still believe it boils down to the leadership of Congress, paring Ado. So in that way,
hindi naman siya apirya kung walang bas-bas ng bosing niya.
In a way, para sa akin, itong impeachment na ito, ako lang, kung may poder pa rin at may impluensya pa rin si Marcos at siya pa rin ang tinitingala ng mga politiko na leader ng bansa, I believe that this impeachment is bound to fail. Is an book ang academic. It's only for show. Kasi ako naniniwala na ang ating speaker ay hindi basta-bastang pumalag kay Marcos. Hindi siya basta-bastang suwayin niya ang wisdom ni Marcos. Kasi, this for the first time, I've heard Marcos blurting out wisdom when he says that panggulo lang itong impeachment sa bansa. Masisira ang ating ekonomiya. We don't get anything out of it. So, kung napakinggan ng ating speaker at ang liderato ng ating kongreso dyan sa House, hindi naman siguro posibleng suwayin ni speaker yung ng pinsan niya.
Lalo na, magkamag-anak sila.
Magkamag-anak, magpinsan, they respect each other. So, tingin ko dyan, ay itong adventurism nitong akbayan at itong sinasabi nilang civil society people is an exercise in futility. Because doon pa lang sa form and later sa substance, kung may basbas ang mga congressman, mga kababayan, at tinutupad nila or sinusunod nila ang ating Pangulo, hindi na yan makakalusot. I remember this clearly, mga kababayan. It's my personal experience, my personal history. Nag-file po ako ng impeachment together with Ferdy Topacio. Nag-file kaming dalawa, pina-impeach namin yung fugitive na Andres Bautista. Nung una, chairman ng COMELEC. So, pina-impeach po, nag-file po kami ng impeachment. Pinahirapan kami. Pag-file, pagdating sa committee, pinahirapan po kami. Pati yung acknowledgement doon sa ng aming complaint, kini-question, and no other than the majority floor leader was the one who presided, Mr. Paliñas. He presided on the as chairman of the Committee on Justice. At talagang kini-question kami. Then later on, hindi man lang nakarating sa substance, medyo dinis-approve yung aming impeachment complaint. So, siyempre, just like any committee outcome, ini-endorse yan sa plenary for approval. In the meantime, ang aking nabalitaan, and this was related to me by Mr. Harry Roque, who was then presidential spokesman. Pumunta yung asawa ni Bautista, nag-appeal kay Pangulong Duterte, at sinabi niya doon lahat ng mga kabulastugan ng kanyang asawa. And true enough, nag-aksyon ang ating Pangulong Duterte. And I overheard, and I've heard also at the same time, I overheard it from another person, and I heard it from another person, na pinatawag ni Pangulong Duterte, nakipagpulong si Pangulong Duterte kay Secretary Bebot Alvarez at kay Paliñas. Whether that's true or not, nagkaroon ng malaking changes doon sa plenary. Can you imagine? I was then the PLLO. I was not yet I think I was not yet with government. I was with BACC at the time, Volunteer Against Crime and Corruption. But I was in Congress. I heard that there was an instruction from Paliñas. Galing sila kay Duterte. Pinabaliktad lahat ang mga membro. Pinabaliktad yung desisyon ng Committee on Justice, dismissing our complaint, and everybody, forceful majority, voted to proceed with the impeachment of Andres Bautista. So, kung si Marcos nagsabi na hindi pwede ang impeachment, ang presidente din pwedeng ituloy nyo ang impeachment. Pero dito, sa kaso ni Andres Bautista, gusto ni Duterte ituloy. Kaya nagkabaliktaran ang mga congressman. So, what does that mean? The president has influence. Great influence and power over the decision of the House of Representatives. And walang pwedeng magsalungat sa akin because ako mismo have seen it with my own eyes because ako po ang involved na nag-file ng kaso ng impeachment kay Andres Bautista together with my good friend Perdi Topacio. And our lawyer was Mr. Manuel Manolito Luna. Okay? So, in the same way, kung baliktarin natin ito, nagsabi na si Marcos na ayaw ko ng impeachment. So, susuwayin ba ng mga congressman yan? Unless muro-muro lang yan, parang Unless pakitang tao lang, ganito si Marcos, sabi-sabi, useless yung impeachment. Kung muro-muro lang yan, well, I will expect na yung frivolous impeachment complaint nitong isang grupo will hold water. Pero kung totohanan at makatarungan at talagang tunay na leader si Marcos, hindi mangyayari yan. Doon pa lang sa first hearing, mahirapan na yung complaint ng mga civil society na ito. Na gustong, according to Marcos, panggulo lang yan sa bayan. Panggulo lang yan sa ating ekonomiya. Impeachment is not timely at this time. Yan ang sinasabi ni Marcos. So, paring Ado, anong masasabi mo dyan?
Well, yun nga, it will only hold water kung itutuloy yan ni Marcos. Actually, ang test dito ay hindi kay Inday Sara. Ang test dito ay doon sa ating Pangulo. Ano ba talaga? Yung ba sinasabi niya?
Siya ba ay tunay na Pangulo o siya ba ay mangluloko na Pangulo?
May sasabihin siya, tapos iba pagagawa niya. Hindi, malalaman natin dito.
Malalaman natin. At ako hindi maniniwala na ng ating butihing speaker ay susuway sa utos ni Marcos. Hindi ako maniniwala na yung mga congressmen na sumusunod, tumitingala kay speaker ay susuway din sa order ni Marcos. Because walang speaker since the time I became a politician, I became a mayor, I became a congressman, I was in government, wala akong magmula kay Joe de Venecia, I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it with my own eyes. I was with Joe de Venecia nung pinorma namin yung Lakas. I was one of the signatory to the Charter of Lakas. Who made Joe de Venecia? Pag panalo ni Ramos as president, predicted na si Joe de Venecia. Pag panalo ni Erap, best friend niya, si Duabit. He really wanted Duabit. Pero nakapag-contribute sa kanya si Manny Villar, and he owes Manny Villar. Pag sabi ni Erap na si Manny Villar ang speaker, sunod kami lahat. Lumipat pa kami ng partido. Ganon katindi ang liderato at impluensya at poder ng Pangulo. So, if we're talking of an impeachment in the House, yan ay ang bottom line dyan. Dapat magiging, dapat may basbas yan ng Pangulo. Kung ayaw ng Pangulo, hindi yan lulusot. Pero kung manluloko ang Pangulo ng bansa, ay majority, buboto dyan. Very big majority. And this is a test, a continuing test of this president's sinasabi nila, mambubudol ba o hindi mambubudol? Nagsabi na siya, and I find it consistent when he said that he will not allow the ICC to manghimasok sa ating bansa. Sinasabihan niya na lahat, we have sovereignty, a foreign nation has no sovereignty, a foreign entity has no sovereignty, and he has been consistent. So, I will give him the benefit of the doubt na yung pananawagan niya at mga text messages niya sa mga members of the House ay will hold water. So, bilang isang maayos, matindi at mapuder na Speaker of the House, kung talagang nirespeto niya si Presidente Marcos, that impeachment complaint, ibabasura yan, mga kababayan. Walang boboto niyan sa committee pagdating sa floor, lalo na mababasura yan sa plenary hall ng House of Representatives. Yun lang po ang masasabi ko. Okay? So, Palingado, anong masasabi mo dyan?
Well, yun nga, it's about time, malaman na natin kung sino talaga nagko-call ng shots dito sa bansa natin. No? Pero meron din nagsasabi na sana matuloy na para magka-testingan na ng poder kung sino talaga may hawak sa mga tao.
Yeah, pero the impeachment issue is not a test for the military, for the people. What is the test of everybody now is the governance of Marcos.
Yeah.
And itong panawagan niya sa mga congressman, ito will also be one of the determining factor whether the people will continue its fight against government or not. The military who are watching will also test the resolve of Marcos. Madadagdagan ang mahal na presyo, misgovernance, yung corruption, yung constant travel niya, yung walang nakikita doon sa Maharlika Fund, yung mga gold hindi transparent kung saan napunta ang pera. All this, plus this one, na niloloko niya ang tao, na sinasabi niya kaya niyang halangin ng impeachment, pero hindi siya iniintindi ng taong bayan, ng mga congressman, this will add up to the perception of the people on this president.
Kasi tama na yung sinabi niya
for the first time ako, naniniwala ako na yung impeachment. Pero mayroong ibang nagsasabi na sabi nila yung ban ng impeachment parang pinipreempt. Kasi mayroon ding nagsasabi na iba, I for one can attest to it in terms of the gravity of the issues against Marcos as an impeachable officer. Mas marami na matindi at talagang totoo na grounds for impeachment against Marcos than the Vice President. No. Wala pa lang nag-volunteer, wala pa lang nagsabi na i-impeach din namin si Marcos. Why? Because for the same reason. Mga taong bayan, alam nila yung sinasabi ni Marcos na magugulo ang bansa, magkawatak-watak. Kaya wala rin nag-attempt. Maraming grounds against Marcos na ma-impeach, pero wala lang nag-attempt because for the same reason that Marcos was saying na masira ang ating
It will divide the nation.
bansa, mga kababayan. So I hope yung mga congressmen dyan sa Tuadcom at saka sa mga iba pa dyang mga sulok-sulok dyan ay pakinggan nyo ang ating Pangulo. Otherwise, it's either wala na siyang liderato, hindi na siya sinusunod, lame duck na siya, or muro-muro lang yung kanyang sinasabi na wag mag-impeachment. Yun po, mga kababayan, ang ating pakinggan for the next, obserbahan for the next 1 to 2 days. How this will unfold. But, ang pinakamatindi naman na issue din dyan ay papayag ba ang Senado? Kasi, sandali lang gawin ng House yan eh. 1/5 lang ng votes ng House. They don't even have to, they just determine the form, and kung mayroong nakalap na signature that will reach 1/5, punta na yan sa Senado. Just like what Manny Villar did to ERAP. There was even no hearing. Tapos punta na Senado. But the determining factor is the Senate. Do you have enough votes in the Senate? 2/3. Kaya nyo bang kunin ang boto ni Cynthia Villar, ni Cayetano, ng dalawang Cayetano, ni Bongo, ni Bato, maybe Tolentino? I hope he's still loyal to the Dutertes. There are maybe two or three more na I perceive that hindi basta-basta yan na boboto sa isang frivolous impeachment. Basta-basta. So, dyan magkakatalo sa Senado yan. And while that is being presuming na nalusot sa House, pagdating sa Senado, while kinukook up nila yung impeachment na yan, there will be a repeat of history. Pagka dumating na doon sa second envelope, hinog na ang EDSA by the time, pare. Hinog na ang EDSA because this brewing impeachment being heard in the Senate, if ever, will build up also the people, the man on the streets to go to EDSA. Yun ang nakikita ko. So, na kay Marcos na ito, is he willing to risk ito? Is he prepared to go to another country? Ayaw na siguro niya sa Hawaii, baka gusto niya sa South Carolina, maraming resort doon. Or sa Miami. Pwede siyang bumili doon sa isang lungga doon near Mar-a-Lago para bisita-bisita siya kay Donald Trump. So, these are his options, mga kababayan. So, with this, I would like to hear the parting words of my paring Ado.
Well, these are the times that try men's souls. No? And usually, history will be the judge of whatever will be in the very near future. Yan ang masasabi ko.
Yes. So, dito po tayo, wala pa pong development kasi kahapon lang ito, but every day from now on will count, and every day is a determining factor for our country. Kung saan natin ilalagay ang ating bansa, day by day we will know how it will go. Marami pong salamat. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat.
Huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe dito sa Paras kay Paras at i-click ang notification bell at mag-subscribe na rin po kayo sa YouTube channel ko at Ado Paglinawan.
Magandang hapon.
Magandang hapon sa inyo lahat.
I-Paras kay Paras.